Yes. Hello, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. Good evening, all of you. Small is not beautiful unless small is skilled and dedicated. Wow. Let's see how the small, let's see in today's meeting how the small is beautiful. With this all small and beautiful opportunity, I would like to welcome you all to the 236th meeting of Toastmasters for Pune Entrepreneur Club. We have a big round of applause and welcoming everyone, please. Yes, I would like to begin by stating the mission of a Toastmasters Club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop their communication as well as leadership skills, resulting in great self-confidence and personal growth. Every Toastmaster meeting is bound within certain rules which we all need to follow. The first one, we do not talk about gender, politics, and religion in a derogatory manner. Do not write anything inappropriate in the chat box. Please sit in an appropriate position when you are speaking. Please put noise making your devices away or on silent mode. Sorry. Do not unmute when someone else is speaking. Please loud everyone by giving your valuable appreciation in the chat box. Please switch on your cameras if possible. Take prior permission from the president if you have to speak anything in between the meeting. With this all, I would like to call upon the presiding officer of the day. This gentleman is an entrepreneur and co-founder of Tyler Smart. Also dedicated and strongest support to this club. His profound experience and knowledge will elevate this club's growth. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and give a warm welcome to the presiding officer of the day is none other than Toastmaster Praveen Jade. Toastmaster Praveen Jade, this podium is yours. Over to you.
Thank you so much. That was such a wonderful start to an eventful meeting. Let me confess that this has happened for the first time. And as an entrepreneur, we are geared up for any kind of challenges, be it normal, online, offline. We are not deterred. The passion of Toastmasters is such that whatever obstacles comes your way, we just have to shoo it away, find another way. And like today, we are having kick-started this meeting, though a little bit late, but it's not switched off. Today is a very special day for me because there are a lot of new things which are happening. First, I would like to announce the club achievements. This is for the benefit of new members and guests that a club has achieved a Smedley Award for adding 5 new members in the month of September. So big round of applause for the executive committee. Secondly, we also have bagged the Torchbearer Award, which is renewal of 10 members or more for the whole term, starting from 1st of October to 31st of September. And thirdly, we have added renewed 25 members from the group. And this is, the bar has been raised from 20 to 25. And this qualifies us for a Diamonds Club Award. So kudos to all the people behind the scene who have helped the club to grow and reach this status. Awesome. I can see a lot of new faces out here. I would let the applause continue because there are 2 members who have joined us. And let me introduce one by one, starting with the lady. Let me introduce Toastmasters Shweta Inani. Can you unmute and just introduce yourself quickly?
Sure. Thank you, Praveen, for the opportunity. And I already see and hearing the achievements of the club, I already see I'm at the right place. Short introduction about me. I am Shweta Inani, working as a vice president at Credit Suisse with an overall experience of 16 years. In benefit of time, I'll keep it short for today, but definitely more offline interaction with all of you. So thank you.
Awesome. Pleasure to have you. Next, please welcome Krishna Badani, the entrepreneur and the founder of, he will specify more on that.
Thank you, Praveenji. So it's pleasure to be part of this beautiful team, and I would love to hear and learn from you guys. So mainly we at Indian Drivers, creating employment opportunities for the driver communities. We are in the mission to create 50,000 employment opportunities by 2025. And we have developed a technology platform where we are connecting car drivers and car owners for their drivers requirement. So I would love to interact with each other once we get the offline kind of an arrangement. Thank you.
Thank you, Krishna, for that wonderful introduction. I can also see Gayatri out there. Gayatri, can you unmute? Just give a quick introduction. Hi,
Hello,
Gayatri.
everybody. Hello, Praveen. My name is Gayatri Deshmukh, and I'm a member of 3 clubs. I joined Toastmasters in September 2020 after the pandemic took over. So I have not really attended any physical meeting. At this point of time, I am a VP Education for 2 clubs, My Speak Toastmasters, which was at number 4 globally on the Marshalls list. And I'm also VP Education for Kolkata Advanced Toastmasters Club, where we have most of the district officers as our members, including the program quality director, media directors, and division directors. And I'm also a member of Power Talkers Club from California. So it's kind of an interesting journey for me so far. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gayatri. Now, this is what I call literally multitasking. Great. Can I have Das out there? Das, guest?
Yeah, hi Praveen, thanks. So I have been invited by Soumitra. So I'm here to join Toastmasters, but I'm based out of Kolkata currently, and I'm into I'm a social entrepreneur. Started in 2008, yeah. So into early education, learning outcome improvement. Thank you all.
Awesome.
It's a pleasure to meeting you all. Thank you.
Welcome. I finally see Animesh Sarkar. Animesh, are you there?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, but you're not visible.
Yeah, hello. Okay, just I will switch on my camera. So even I had a discussion with Soumitra recently, and I mean, first of all, hello to every one of you. And I had a discussion with him, and he told me like what is the initiative and what all things you do. So it's quite exciting to be part of this event. And as an introduction, like I am working with Wipro Technologies as an architect, and I have overall 13 years of experience. So looking forward to this session and gain some insights. Thank you.
Absolutely a stunning introduction from all. I can see people joining from every part of the world, and I am sure this meeting is going to be very exciting. The person to come next is an IT professional for 14 years. He's been a founder of an NGO, and that is called a Success Scholar. It has been dormant for some time, but I'm sure after some time, he's going to kickstart with a bang. He's a passionate Toastmaster, and he's a very good learner. The theme he's going to talk about more, I would just like to start with it. That is, big doors always swing on small hinges. Hinges, they look so small, but that's the one which carries the door and opens up a lot of opportunities. So I would like to invite our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Soumitra. With a warm applause, let's welcome Soumitra.
Thank you so much, President Toastmaster Praveen, for this nice introduction and welcoming me. Okay, before we start, let's do with small activity. Are you ready? First of all, I request please keep switch on your camera. Otherwise, it's difficult for me to see how you are reacting. Are you boring? Are you angry? Are you funny? Yeah, good. So let's start. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh, please unmute your thing so that we can hear your clapping. Yes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and dear guests.
Good evening.
Now I think you all are energized with this small activity, right? Let's start with this session today. Let me share my screen. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, so today's theme is small is beautiful. Can anyone of you recognize these two gentlemen with their name? I know you, all of you know, but just anyone volunteer.
Mukesh Ambani and Azim Premji.
Wow, excellent. Thank you so much, DTM Rajesh Tata. Now let's see the next pick. Can anyone recognize who are they?
Ram Prasad Yadav, Sham Prasad Yadav,
Yeah, nice.
Tina,
Yes.
Meena,
Yes.
and I don't know.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So you are right. They are with different names. They used to spread all over our near and dear places, and we used to connect with them each and every day. So they called unorganized sector. But do you know how much GDP was contributed by this unorganized sector? Any guesses?
33%.
Okay. Anyone else want to try?
Maybe 60%.
Wow. Anyone else?
I would say 70%.
Okay. So it's a mean, means whatever you have mentioned. So it's a 50%. Not only that, this unorganized sector used to contribute almost 90% of our employment, which is around 500 million. So can we neglect this? No, right? Let me show you another picture. I think this is very familiar, right? We used to see this in our traffic signals. Like this small girl with holding one flower. So you used to sell this flower in this traffic signal at a cost of 10. So they have a margin of 30 rupees. Sorry, 30%. So it's say if they purchase it at 7, so they used to sell it 10 rupees. So they have a margin of 30%. But if they like you, maybe like your face, maybe like your behavior, they can give you straight away 50% discount. You all used to see this, right? But now imagine you went to a branded shop and you ask that owner that I need 5% discount. What will happen? He said that, sir or ma'am, just wait. I need to take the approval from my manager. Then manager will call his manager. So it goes to CEOs. Means all these C's means CEO, CFO, CEO. And then when this approval comes downward, that time that opportunity is gone. Now, what about the other picture? This boy carrying some book, right? So I used to read books. So sometimes my friends ask me like, hey, what kind of book I can read right, or which is very popular book right now? I said, don't Google it. Just go to any traffic signal. If any book present in the stack, that will be the most popular book, because they know which is most popular and they used to carry on their hand for this whole day. Okay, so I think you all are curious to know what's next or what's new. Before that, I want to introduce you about any in general Toastmaster session, how it used to happen. There are 3 sections. First one is called prepared speech section, which is like all these big organizations. They used to plan for 5 years and then they used to execute it one by one. Second one is that table topic section. It's an impromptu section, which is like our small vendor. Based on demand, they used to change their product. Like just 1 year back, they are selling some vegetables. Now they are selling mask or sanitizer. And the third one, which is the most important segment for any Toastmaster session, that is evaluation section or the feedback section, and which is required for both small or the big organization, because without feedback, we cannot grow. And based on feedback, they used to decide what will be the next step. Now, it's time to introduce our role players. So first I will go one by one. Sorry. First, I want to introduce today's counter. The same person which was done by our sir today, who began this meeting. He just completed his graduation and currently working in a quality assurance in TCG. And he is part of prestigious Toastmaster Club. Let's welcome today's counter, Toastmaster Prem Kumar. Let's give a big round of applause.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Soumitra. Yes, once again, good evening all. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity. As an encounter, my role is to keep note on the words and sounds that are used as a crutch or false pillar by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words such as and, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds, including and I will also note when a speaker or evaluator repeats a word such as I, this means. At the end of the meeting, I will present my report when called upon by general evaluator. Thank you so much, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Prem Kumar, for explaining your role. Now it's time to introduce someone who is coming from all the way to Sri Lanka to join this meeting. And it's an honor for us to get an opportunity to meet with her directly in this Toastmaster session. She is a creative crafter, YouTuber, and an artist. And she is playing the role of timer today. So let's give a big round of applause to Toastmaster Nuha Riaz. Toastmaster Nuha, stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day. Let me share my screen. Yes, I think it's visible.
Yes.
Full of beautiful landscape and beautiful people. And it is a unique country with diversity. Good evening, India. Hello, Toastmasters and guests. When speaking in public, it is very important to have the right timing. This doesn't just mean stay within the limit of the presentation. It also means saying the right things at the right time and the right speed. As a time role is to remind, record, and report the time used by each speaker when they are delivering speeches. Each speaker has limited time to speak, either according to their project requirements. For the prepared speech, 5 to 7 minutes plus 30 seconds. At 5 minutes, I will show the green light. At 6 minutes, I will show the yellow light. At 7 minutes, I will show the red light until the speaker finished. For the evaluators, 2 to 3 minutes plus 30 seconds. At 2 minutes, I will show the green light. At 2.5 minutes, I will show the yellow light. At 3 minutes, I will show the red light until the speaker finished. For the table topic speakers, 1 to 2 minutes plus 30 seconds. At 1 minute, I will show the green light. At 1.5 minutes, I will show the yellow light. At 2 minutes, I will show the red light until the speaker finished. For the table topic evaluators, 1 to 2 minutes plus 30 seconds. At 1 minute, I will show the green light. At 1.5 minutes, I will show the yellow light. At 2 minutes, I will show the red light until the speaker finished. Thank you very much. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nuha. Let's give a big round of applause for Toastmaster Nuha. Applause should be continuous, otherwise we will not be in this. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. So now it's time to introduce another lady. She is also coming from long way to Malaysia to join us in this meeting. And I can say today, Toastmaster is fully international. He is someone who is studying in MBBS in AIMS City University in Malaysia, and she self-made entrepreneur, venture into event management, and she is playing the role of language evaluator. Let's welcome Toastmaster Gauri. Toastmaster Gauri, please come into this podium and explain your role.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I have been appointed to be your language doctor today. I am going to diagnose your language according to the signs and symptoms in your speech. I will have to perform close inspection on all speakers and auscultate your speech carefully. I'll take note on not so good usage of language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As a language doctor, hereby I am prescribing you with the word and idiom of the day to be digested by all of you and use them as many times as you could throughout this meeting. Allow me to share my screen. So the word of the day today is exquisite. The word of the day today is exquisite. The definition of exquisite is extremely beautiful and delicate or intensely felt. Examples: the theme today, small is beautiful, sounded exquisite to me. Look at this exquisite painting. She has an exquisite taste, a vase of exquisite workmanship. Moving on to the idiom of the day. University of life. Idiom of the day, University of life. Definition: daily life and work where you learn more than you would through formal education. Example: my parents might not have made it past grade school, but they have learned more from the University of life than many of the professors out there. So I will present the medical report of your language when called upon during the meeting, and also report on the usage of the word and idiom of the day. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gauri. Somehow I feel that word of the day is not related, very similar. What is that meaning? It's not so beautiful, looks like. Anyway, try to use this as much as you can. I don't want to pronounce this, which is very difficult to pronounce for me. So now let's move on to our session today. Our first session is prepared speech section. And before we introduce our first speaker of the day, let me introduce our first evaluator. He is someone who is our VP Edu, gentleman with always keep smiling, energetic, and always give motivate to us to keep come onto the stage and perform. So I will ask Toastmaster Surendra to explain the speech objective. Over to you, Toastmaster Surendra.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Soumitra. Good evening, Toastmasters. Today, our speaker, Aditya Lodha, will be giving his first speech. His speech title is "Why I Started a Food Business." The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce himself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. Over to you, TMOD Soumitra.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's give a big round of applause for Toastmaster Surendra. Okay. So when I asked our first speaker about this question, like what one thing can change Indian economy? As for him, restructuring of Indian administration and moving back to Indian school system, which was based on individual skill, unlike today's British design education system. Yeah, it's quite perfect. I agree with him. And he is a software developer. In parallel, he has started a food business of dry foods. Not only that, he used to sell this product with different tie-ups of different organizations. So now it's time to welcome today's first speaker, and he is delivering his icebreaker. So I'll request all the member, once he finishes his speech, please give a round of applause and also a standing ovation. So today's first speaker is Toastmaster Aditya Lodha with speech title, "Why I Started a Food Business." why I started a food business, Toastmaster Aditya Lodha. Over to you and best of luck, Toastmaster Aditya.
Hello, good evening. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Hello, good evening. Today I'm giving my first speech. This is icebreaker for me. So let me begin with the speech. There is a very beautiful city named Nashik, 210 kilometers north of Pune. The river Godavari moves from the city. It's a very beautiful city, very peaceful environment and everything, very good climate to live in. It's a perfect city for me. It's a dream city for me. Now in that dream city, there lived a boy. He used to love the batata vada. Okay, it's a very awesome snack dish, the batata vada prepared by his mother. Now there was a very famous batata vada seller in the city. The name of the seller was Krishna Vada Pav. He was a very, very famous seller. And this boy, this little boy, he wanted to start his own vada pav selling business. But the issue was he was a bright student in school. So the life happened to him and he went on to do his post-graduation, job, marriage, settling in life. And somehow his vada pav dream got eaten by life itself. I am that boy. Hello all, I am Aditya Lodha and I will be beginning my talk today as a first public speak ever in my life. So let me begin with that. As the life happens, I did my graduation from Nashik. I did a master's from Dhirubhai Ambani, DI City, Gandhinagar. Everything, I started with my job as an embedded researcher. Everything was going fine. I got married. I have a very healthy and playful son. Everything is going as per the plan. But now the issue is, my life is good. It is not going great. It's not becoming great. Why? Because I'm living a structured life. And even though it's a happy, fulfilling life, it's not something which I want from the life. I want something more. I want something bigger, something better. Now, a lot of people say that the goal is not important, but the journey to achieve that goal is more important. So keeping this advice in mind, I have started my journey of becoming an entrepreneur. Now, many of you may ask, okay, are you going to sell vada pav? Okay, unluckily, no, I'm not selling vada pav, but I have started my business of dry fruit gulkan and dry fruit gulkan based sweets. Now you may ask, what is my goal from it? So my ultimate goal from is it to live the dream that the boy who saw the dream of selling vada pav, ultimately becoming a food vendor. So I want that boy to live his dream, fulfill his dream. So that is my ultimate goal. And keeping that goal in mind, I have started this journey. Let me explain how I came to this specific decision. I am an IT professional, as many of you know. I started as a C++ developer in Embedded Research Institute facility from TCS Nozomi Labs. The journey went great. I changed some organizations. Currently, I'm working with the organization in Pune as a senior software developer for C++. Everything is going good. Everything is fine. Now, my life is structured. And to just make my life more beautiful, more happening, and more challenging, I have started this food business. Now, you may ask why I'm doing this. How I'm planning to run this business. I have a full-time day job. I'm very happy with that. I'm good with it. This business I'm starting mostly the time which I get in my weekends and post my office hours. The next question which comes in, am I going to do this full time? Definitely yes, I am going to do this full time. But there's a certain condition which I have promised my parents that once I meet this condition, I will be moving in this food business full time. So the condition is once the income which my business is generating, it exceeds my salary income for 4 successive months. Only then I am allowed to do this business full time. Okay, so this is the safety which my parents have asked me to provide. Okay, I'm not going in full in. So many of you may question this decision. Okay, if you are so passionate about this business, if you want to really go into it, go it 100% fully, committed fully. I'm definitely committed to this business fully, but I do have some things to be taken care of, for which I need a financial support, which my current job provides me. Okay, so this is the biggest reason I'm doing this business in parallel with my job. So I'm really hopeful that my business income will soon exceed my salary income and I get to do this full time. Now, why I chose the food business? This is the big question. The first and the most important point in this is I really wanted to get into food business since my childhood. Okay, even though I did not sell the vada pav, I did sell some homemade mukhwas. I don't know the exact English word for it, but homemade mukhwas. I used to sell them in school just for fun. Okay, just to get my pocket money and watch movies and everything. So I used to do that. I used to ask my mom, okay, prepare this much of quantity. I'm going to sell this. So it was a really good experience. I was really enjoying that specific journey. After that, now I'm going into the Gulkan business. Now, why Gulkan business? Why not into vada pav and all those segments which I dreamed of selling in my childhood? This Gulkan business which I'm preparing, it is not the regular Gulkan which you get in shops for say 100 rupees a kg. It's a very premium Gulkan with lots of dry fruits in it. And I have updated the recipe for the Gulkan so that it can be consumed for the entire year. It is not only summer specific. Now, you may ask, why is it so? The basic recipe for the Gulkan is you mix rose petals and sugar in a specific proportion to get a specific taste. The Gulkan which we get in Maharashtra or maybe in the Gulkan eating areas mostly, it is mostly consumed in summer season, and that Gulkan comes with prawar mixed in it. Again, I don't know the exact English word for the prawar, but what is the advantage of prawar? Prawar is very, very beneficial to reduce the issues which you may face in the summer season. If it's very hot, it helps your body cool down very easily. So that is an add-on on the basic property of Gulkan. So that same is the basic property of Gulkan, that it keeps your body cool from inside. There are some other benefits of Gulkan as well, like it keeps your digestive system really good. it keeps your overall mood happy because it's a sweet dish. Everyone loves sweet after dinner and everything. Now, how my Gulkan is different from the regular Gulkan which we get in the market? The first thing, I have removed prawar from the Gulkan. Okay, because of this one change, my Gulkan can be consumed for the entire year. No season required, nothing else. You can consume anything. This Gulkan is free of chemical and preservatives. So even my son, who is just 20 months old, he also enjoys it very happily. And it can be consumed by all age groups, everyone. Only the people who have diabetes should not consume this Gulkan because it does have sugar. Gulkan cannot be made with sugar. Many of us, my friends or colleagues ask me, can you make the Gulkan sugar free or with jaggery? But no, that is not possible because the most basic recipe for Gulkan to prepare in the form which we consume is to mix rose petals with the sugar which we have. So that is the thing. And because of the dry fruits in it, it can be, it does not get very strong in sweetness as well. So that is the another thing. So I really hope that when our physical meetings start happening, I would really like to have you all the taste the Gulkan and give me the feedback so that it will be really helpful for me to change the recipe if it's needed. So thank you all. That was my speech and time. Thank you.
Wow, excellent. Let's give a big round of applause with standing ovation for our icebreaker speech. Toastmaster Aditya. Thank you so much. And that's the reason I always thought that let's eyes keep continue, don't break. Because once you break your eyes, you don't get this standing ovation again. So that's the beauty of icebreaker speech. And I really love the way Aditya you explained from Nasi to Vada Pav and then finally your Gulkans, that dry fruits. I really want to taste it, but somehow it's very difficult. But anyway, I will connect with you for that. And thank you so much for delivering your first speech here in this podium. And I can say that you love to speak. That's why you continue on speaking. Maybe you are go beyond your time, but anyway, that's the way that will come back again when we are in the feedback section. Thank you so much. Let's move on to our next part or the next speech, I can say. So again, this next speech also delivered by someone. She is also going to deliver her first speech, and that's the icebreaker speech. So the speech objective is almost same. So I just want to mention here, her evaluator is someone who is in Toastmaster for 17 years and first division director. And I don't want to explain much about this person because I really love and respect this from the beginning. I joined this club, and he's DTM Rajesh Daga, who will give that feedback about the speech. But right now I will move on to the second speaker. When I asked the same question to this second speaker about what one idea or one can change our economic system, so she mentioned like innovative ideas of fear. She is willing to be an entrepreneur and a student as well. Her speech was mentored by Toastmaster Surendra, and she is going to deliver her speech from Pathway Strategic Relationships. Let's welcome our second speaker, Toastmaster Sneha, with speech title Being Talkative. Being Talkative, Toastmaster Sneha. Let's give a big round of applause.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Hello and good evening, respected President, all fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guest.
You're not visible.
I am visible, sir. My camera is on.
Yes, yes, we can able to see.
Am I visible?
Yes.
Hello. Can I start?
Yes, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I start?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. Hello and good evening, respected President, all fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guest. I'm Sneha Kilosia, and I'm honored to get a chance to grab an opportunity to take your time to introduce my today's topic, that is being talkative, the importance of talking. I'm coming from a Gujarati family, and my Gujarati origin makes me a chatterbox, like chat all the time. I just love talking. And because of this, my inherent character, in my school time, I used to participate in an extempo speech contest. I was very excited. I was very excited to deliver my speech on the random topic in front of so many audience. But guys, trust me, when I stood on the stage in front of the mic, I got freeze. I got nervous and I was lost it. And I was not able to deliver my speech in an appropriate manner. What should I actually wanted to deliver? It was a terrible experience for myself. For me, a person who knows how to start a good communication and how to end on a good note in an appropriate manner, for me, is an ideal person. From that school incident, I always wanted to be a good communicator. And I was looking the pathway which helped me to be a skilled person towards in that direction. After that, I trying to search the pathway, and fortunately, I got to know about the Toastmasters. I realized that Toastmaster will be an immense help, and I'm delighted that I joined the Toastmasters a month before, and I'm really grateful to all. Thank you so much for your immense help. Let me tell you about my personal and professional interest. Let me start with, I would like to break down my personal and professional interest. Let me start with my professional interest. I like working around the finance. Since last year, I was looking for a job related to the finance. I was trying madly, and fortunately, I got a call 3 weeks before for an interview. It was a CA firm, and the profile they provided me is a finance. It's like a dream come true. I got selected, and now I'm very, very happy. But I sense I'm quite new for so many things, and there's a lot to learn. So I start reading related to the finance, related to financial modeling, and forensic risk, and so on, related to that topic. Let me tell you about my personal interest. I really like dancing. dancing is my passion. And being a Gujarati, everyone knows that Garba is like, they love Garba, you know, they're mad about Garba. If somebody asks me, somebody tell me that, Sneha, let's do Garba right now, I can't resist myself and I will start Garba, you know, without any second thought. But when I think, what is my core interest? My core interest is a classical dance form. I really want to learn a Indian classical dance form which knows a Kathak dance. And I really wish that I got a chance and I will get a mentor who will guide me for that. I really hope for that. Let's see. Hope for the best. And as well as I'm from a family of the confectioners. So cooking is in my blood. I always try to cook different cuisines for my family, for my parent, for my father. When I try different cuisines, I always wanted that they give me a good and very good feedbacks. Sometimes it happens and sometimes it was a terrible for my parents. Sorry for that. But cooking makes me happy. And I think cooking helps me to get rid of the stress. You should always follow your hobbies. Apart from your daily routine, I found myself very lucky to have you all guys who are very energetic, who are very passionate, and who are very, very efficient. I really try to be like you all. I would like to find a common interest with you all, between you and me, to get more connected. As everyone says, Toastmaster help people to find the best version of themselves. And trust me, I'm also looking for that. Thank you.
Wow, excellent. Can we have a standing ovation for her also? I request all the members to give a standing ovation. And please switch on your camera, otherwise
Thank you.
it will be difficult. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmasters Sneha. And I will say that I really enjoy your speech. Especially you started with the way your failure of in school. I can relate the same thing. I even also in my school when I try to speak for something, and then how you continue, and especially you love cooking. So I can say that this our club will got one person who love cooking and one person who try to sell dry food. So we don't have food issues, right? So we will get foods every day when we have this offline session. Anyway, so I forgot to say one thing in the last speech also. So now I will request all of you to give your kind feedback to our both the speaker in this chat directly to them. So I will give 1 minute time here. So please give your feedback to both this icebreaker speech.
Toastmaster of the day, in the interest of time, can we continue?
Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, no problem. Thank you. And let's move on to our next speech. That is the last and final speech of the day. Before I introduce our third speaker, let me ask his evaluator, who is a software by profession and co-founder of FitCo, a fitness buff. Toastmaster Pratik Acharya. I'll request him to explain the speech objective. Toastmaster Pratik, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Soumitra. Good evening, everyone. My speaker will be attempting his speech project 1 from level 2 of Pathways Effective Coaching. And the purpose of his project is to identify his primary leadership skills, primary leadership styles, and discuss and share some of the aspects of his primary leadership style in general. The title of his speech is I Know Nothing Except My Ignorance. I know nothing except my ignorance. Over to you, Toastmaster Soumitra, Toastmaster of the day, to introduce the speaker and call him.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pratik. Today's third speaker is someone, an accidental banker who has been in Toastmaster for almost 4 years. Started his leadership journey with Toastmaster Club of Pune as the president, served District 98 as area director, and now part of Toastmaster of this club. Currently serving for the district FM. He loves traveling, movies, books, and when I asked about his biggest achievement, he mentioned his biggest achievement of life is happy life, happy family, and official life. So today's third speaker is DTM Pramod with speech title, I know nothing except my ignorance. I know nothing except my ignorance. DTM Pramod, over to you.
Thank you, Soumitra. Let me find out where is the timer. Yes, I got it. District officers, distinguished Toastmasters, Mr. President, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, dear guests, good evening. Leadership is an exciting and exquisite topic. I would love to speak about it for on and on, especially in Toastmasters, because this is the place I consider the university of life, where you learn about communication, leadership, and much more. Today, I'm going to discuss about my leadership skills, which I have discussed in 3 or 4 speeches in my previous parts. But I thought I will discuss what is lacking in my leadership. I made an observation that is the key to my leadership journey. How do I understand my leadership style and or the leadership style of other people which are attractive? Because I observe them clearly. I observe the style of DTM Ajay Hiraskar. I observe how DTM Mukta takes a decision. I observe how other people, they handle a conflict. That's how I understand leadership style of other people. And I try to imbibe this thing in my leadership style. As I told you, observation is the key. I have observed 2 things which I could say are the heart and soul of leadership. Let me borrow the word of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. His heart of the soul, when he was asked about the most important provisions in the Constitution, he said it is Article 32, because this is the heart and soul of the Constitution. The same way, I am telling that the heart and soul of leadership, according to me, are 2 things. One is humility, and the second thing is composure. And these are the 2 things, unfortunately, I am missing in my leadership. And I've been trying to inculcate it over a period of time by observing different people. When Toastmaster Himanshu handles a situation with much more composure and with an eternal smile, I'm really jealous and envious about this capability to be remain cool all of the time. I try to imbibe that spirit, but unfortunately, I couldn't afford to have those things in my character. Let me tell you what are the things, as per my understanding, which I needed to do so that I can also become one of the good leaders like Himanshu and DTM Ajay. Leadership has got different traits, and I believe that these are the 2 things which I needed to learn immediately so that I'll get acceptance as a leader. The humility, that is the first thing. Humility itself has got 3 things. So you can define humility in different way, but 3 things are very vital and very important for one to have humility or one to claim that I am a humble person. What are the 3 things? First is self-awareness. It sounds a little bit philosophical, but it's not that philosophical. You need to understand who you are and what are your limitations and what you want to do in your life. The second thing, I'm not explaining and elaborating because of the time constraint. The second thing is respect for others. If you know, if you are self-aware, you are aware about yourself, then the second thing is to respect the opinion of others and also give space to others and try to appreciate the good qualities in people instead of making destructive criticism. There are 2 types of criticism, constructive and destructive. So you should always give constructive criticism to people, and at the same time, try to find out some good things in everybody and appreciate that. That's the second thing. And what is the third thing? That we give feedbacks to everybody. That is acceptance of feedback. If you are doing these three things, if you are self-aware, if you are giving respect to others, and if you are accepting the feedback from others and trying to implement it, then I can say that over a period of time, one can become humble, and the character of humility will be embedded in your personality, and you can become one step ahead of your leadership journey. And the second thing is composure. I remember a story by one of the famous political leaders of India from Kerala. He was the first opposition leader of our Indian parliament. His name is A.K. Gopalan. So A.K. Gopalan, he stopped his studies during his childhood, and he was not a much educated person, but he was a ground level political person. One time at one parliament session, he was speaking in English, because that time there was no system of translating equipments and all for all the members of parliament. So he was trying really hard and trying to convey his idea. And one of the persons from the other side, he mocked A.K. Gopalan by saying that you are speaking broken English. And humbly, he had given a reply that I may be speaking broken English, but not broken truths. That was the reply. So I would say that this is a sheer example of composure. You know, composure is something which was defined even by Kalidasa in his Raghuvamsha. Kalidasa was asked, who is a leader? The Kalidasa said, Chittam chalipadin hedu mudrna nilke, kuttil kulukam evanilla, avananu dhiran. That means your mind has got every reason to go turbulent, or you are on the verge of an emotional outburst, but still you are holding your emotions and keeping yourself calm, then you are a leader. So that's what exactly I said. It is Himanshu. Himanshu, when it comes to composure, I remember Himanshu. That composure should be there in everybody's leadership. Last week, I got a call from DPRM of District 98, DDM Smita Mishra. And Smita asked me, Pramod, why do you want to renew your membership? So I want 3-4 sentences. So I didn't have to think even for a minute. I had answered to her that this is the university of life where I'm getting to see a lot of personalities with different leadership traits. This is a perfect place, or I'll have to go different places and observe different type of leaders. No, here it is very important. You need to attend meetings and you will see a different people. All specimen are here in this club. Even everybody is a case study. You can observe people. You can observe their communication style, leadership style. You can observe the good, you can observe the not so good things. Even everything is available at one place. This is a kind of a supermarket of leadership and communication skills where you can pick and use whatever you want to imbibe. That's the reason I want to renew the membership and remain as a Toastmaster for the rest of my life. I'm resting my case and over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Wow, excellent. Let's give a big round of applause for our DTM Pramod. And I can say that to not only bring leadership skill, you can bring marketing skill also, because through your speech you marketed that how to renew and come and join this Toastmaster club. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pramod. And I can say that the reason why it is says that Toastmaster is a place where leaders are made, and because of that reason, I think the whatever name you have mentioned, all are made because of this Toastmaster. And I also feeling that same thrill in myself once I joined this Toastmaster forum. So thank you so much, Pramod, for bringing this in. So now it's time to move on to our next session. But before that, I will request all of you to unmute yourself and give a big round of applause for completing our first session, prepared speech section. Wow, excellent. Now it's time to move on to our next section, that is called table topic section. And I really feel this is the most interesting section in any Toastmaster session. Today's table topic master is someone who become happy with small and little things. She was in Toastmaster for last 2 years, and she loves reading books with ice cream and chocolates. And I also like that. Now it's time to call up on the stage today's table topic master, Toastmaster Sama. Toastmaster Sama, stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Soumitra. So, good evening, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Today, I am going to be your Toastmaster, table topic master. Table topics test your ability to think quick and speak impromptu. I will call members randomly and they will be assigned a topic. They will have to speak on the topic for 2 minutes. Before starting, they will get 30 seconds to think and organize their speech. So at 1 minute, there will be green card. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, yellow, and at 2 minutes, red. There will be grace period of 30 seconds. Okay. Now, I would like to start by calling an experienced Toastmaster as my first speaker. Let me see. Okay.
Dr. Sati.
So we heard from Toastmaster Soumitra that small is beautiful, and we all will agree with him, right? So I will request okay, our president Praveen Zade for my first speaker. A tiny worm in an apple in your hand. Your reaction?
First thing, I'll throw it in the dustbin.
No, we have heard that small is beautiful.
Yeah, I have not completed. First reaction will be I'll throw it in a dustbin, but then I'll take a pause. I'll think over it, and I'll just say that what harm did that small creature did to me? Did it hurt me? Did it sting me? Did it poison me? No. Then why I'm getting scared? Why I'm hating a small creature? I'll just pick it up from the dustbin, hold it in my palm, and I'll try to put it over a leaf. Because there I can see a life surviving. I'm a person who have been born and brought up to take care of small things. I'm not the one who's going to crush anything on my way. In fact, I would love to have everybody with me. Just see, for example, my Toastmasters journey. When I joined, I felt I was alone. But now I'm no more alone. Even today, I have 22 people listening to me. And that's such a wonderful place, isn't it? So I always believe that small things, little things, they matter the most. And nothing can grow bigger. I especially like a festival called as Dahi Handi. It's very vividly celebrated in full funfair. If you can't climb on anybody's shoulder, you can never reach the top. So small things, each and every person matters the most. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Praveen. Now, guest Biplav Das, are you there? Hello. Biplav Das, are you there? Okay. Animesh Sarkar?
Yes, I'm there.
Yeah. So, a topic for you. A small town where you would love to leave? Just have 2 minutes on it. Small town where you would love to live.
Definitely, I would like to speak upon it. So a small town somewhere I would like to live is somewhere a hilly, picturesque place. Because we are into corporate world and mostly we are into buildings, corporate places where it's full of traffic. So the work from home gave me an opportunity to give a thought. So for me, any place in remote of Northeast or Sikkim, any small town wherein I can be close to nature and I will get to spend some time, because I have been taking from nature since all these years. But spending some time with nature and appreciating the beauty of nature and seeing the exquisite things around us. I would say maybe Pelling, one of the small towns in Sikkim, which is a very beautiful place. And you can appreciate the beauty of the Himalayan mountains from the hotel rooftop. And what you will appreciate really is during the whole course of the day, right from when the sun rises till the sun sets, you will see different colors when the sun actually basks in the ice, at the top of the ice. You can see golden color, blue color, and you really appreciate that thing. Some things which we quite ignore, we spend our full day during our corporate journey, but we don't realize how we spent our day. So just sitting around appreciating the beauty of the nature will give me a chance. So I would like to spend a day in Pelling, maybe, if given a chance. Thank you.
Thank you, Animesh. Good. We all, I think, want to live in a small place and enjoy the small things, right? So my next, I think, guest, Shweta Inani, are you there?
She's a member.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Hello. Yes. So your topic is eating less, impossible.
Sure. Okay. Maybe I'll adjust my camera a bit. Give me 1 minute, please. Sure. Okay. Can I get started now?
Yes.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests present here. Eating less is impossible. Who better than me can really opine on that, right? I have been a voracious eater right from my childhood. So don't go by the size. They don't talk a lot. But I've been a very voracious eater ever since my childhood. And eating less has literally been impossible for me. So I belong to a typical Marwadi family where having 3 dishes for meals along with a sweet has been mandatory. And I've seen that since my very childhood. And the more I grew, and then when I moved out of my hometown for college, it was more freedom to eat, right? So eating less has always been impossible. But of late, as I'm growing and reaching to an age, I'm realizing that it is an exquisite benefit that I was getting, but honestly, it is taking a toll on my health. So essentially, now what I'm trying to do is eating meals in proportions, making it possible, though it is impossible, right? And impossible itself says I'm possible. So I'm taking very well divided meals just to make sure that I can make it possible and take good care of my health. So while eating less is impossible, through training your mind, probably you can make it possible. That's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shweta. Timer, do we have time to take one? Timer?
Yeah, you can go for one.
Okay.
One more.
Okay. Thank you. So, Gautami Deshmukh. Gautami Deshmukh. Hello. You are not audible. Are you there? Okay. Gautami Deshmukh. Okay. Then Swati Shom. Okay.
Yes.
Any recent little thing which made you happy?
Are there any little creatures here? No, not right now. But I love tiny little inchworms. You know, the ones that hang down from gulmohar trees? Oh, I love holding them. I hold them and I let them creep on my hand, creep all over. I show all of the building kids, come, 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 see this insect. And they're like, yeah, it's an insect. She's holding it in her hands. Help us, help us. I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. It's a nice one. There are insects that I get scared of. No doubt about it. Show me a big cockroach. I'm up on a chair. Believe it or not. First time I saw a mouse in the house, I was standing on chairs in front of my father-in-law and I'm screaming to my father-in-law, get rid of the mouse. There's a mouse over there. And he's like, looking at me. He has no idea what to do. And I'm like, look at the mouse, don't look at me. And I'm going from one chair to the next dining chair to the next dining chair, trying to get away from the mouse. My father-in-law is just looking at me, smiling, doesn't know what to say. Has never seen a daughter-in-law standing on chairs, running from one chair to the other. Some things, little things scare me. Some things are absolutely fine. I love playing with them. Who knows what makes something a creepy crawly scary versus a creepy crawly cute? I really haven't been able to figure it out because I am writing books about mice, and there I'm fine with animated mice, and I dreams of writing about mice. There I'm fine, but when I see a real mouse, I love real mice. I love real mice if they're in a lab cage. I love them. I can spend hours looking at lab mice. But if I see a real mice inside the house, yeah, God, help me. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Swati. So we have come to the end of this exciting session. Over to TMOD Soumitra.
Thank you so much, our TTM Toastmaster Sama, for conducting such a nice session. Before I move into the last session, that is the most interesting session, I want to say a few things about my theme of the day today. Every month, 1 million people come into the job market with full of energy. So how we can handle this? I believe we don't need 2 or 3 5,000 crore organization. Instead, we need 5,000 organization with 2-3 crore revenue. And as a citizen, how we can help here? You all may be thinking, I don't have money to invest, right? But you have the sweat equity. You have the intellect. You have the courage to guide someone to be successful entrepreneur. Can you not do that? Is it very difficult to do that? Yes, of course we can do that. And I'll ask all of you to think in this direction. Whatever way you can, we should support all these new entrepreneur, all who are trying to be entrepreneur. We'll support them, guide them with our intellect, with our ideas. And that's why it says, an intellect can make things bigger, more complex, more violent. But it makes a touch of genius and a lot of courage to move in that opposite direction. And we all are genius. We are not. Let's move on to the last section of the day, that is evaluation section. And today's general evaluator is someone who is working as a scientist under government of India. He is a YouTuber, writer of scientific content too. He loves fitness and playing various outdoor sports. He was the first runner-up in division level ISC and table topic contest in 2021. So I think this is quite good enough to introduce our GE, right? You all are curious to know who is this guy, right? I'm also curious to know. So today's GE is Toastmaster Abhijit. Toastmaster Abhijit, stage is yours.
Thank you for such lovely introduction, Toastmasters. So
We
let's show the
have-
Toastmaster of the day. You want to say something?
We have missed all the voting polls for Toastmaster table topics and speeches also.
But I think we should go after this GE, right?
Table topic master we will do after completion of the entire meeting.
All the reports should come, then only we can vote.
Together we will take.
Can I continue?
Yeah.
I think the speech, best speaker should be done before the evaluation. It would be otherwise affected by the evaluations given by the evaluators. So let the polls be done now for both so that it is fresh in minds of everyone and they can vote.
Okay, sure.
Okay, I'm launching the polls. Please.
Can I launch the poll?
Yeah, you sure. Go.
Yeah. Just a second. Is the poll is on?
I guess we are done with the polls. General Evaluator, we can start.
No, the table topics.
Just 1 minute before table topic. Can we take the timer report? These all are qualified.
Yes, just 1 minute. Okay, I think it's visible. I have highlighted here with the green color is eligible to voting and the red color is preferred to ineligible to voting. Toastmaster Aditya Lodha has taken 8 minutes and 9 seconds, so he is not eligible to vote. And Toastmaster Sneha has taken 5 minutes and 22 seconds. Distinguished Toastmaster Pramod has taken 7 minutes and 17 seconds. And shall I tell for the table topic speakers too?
Yeah, please tell that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Table topic speakers. Toastmaster Praveen has used 1 minute and 35 seconds. Guest Animesh has used 1 minute and 35 seconds. Toastmaster Shweta has used 1 minute and 25 seconds. Guest Sweti has used 2 minutes and 6 seconds. All the best. Everyone are qualified for the voting. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We will take the poll for the table topic after a few minutes. Can we continue the session till the time the poll is getting ready?
Should we continue or?
Yes, please.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Soumitra, for such a lovely introduction. I'm extremely honored and privileged to attain the role of a general evaluator today. So today we had the we had the prepared speakers at the very beginning of our meeting. So to evaluate all those prepared speakers, we have got experienced evaluators with us. The first speech was delivered by Toastmaster Aditya, and to evaluate Toastmaster Aditya's speech, I would like to request Toastmaster Surendra to please come upon the virtual podium and give his evaluation.
Thank you, General Evaluator Abhijit. Good evening, Toastmaster. How many of you like to have vada pav or gulkan? I guess most of you like to have that. That was a speech of Toastmaster Aditya. He sold out in his first speech his product. And with his confidence, I think every one of you would like to have that product from him now. That's a great way to start in the icebreaker. Although his speech was a first speech, but then he could sell out his product in his first speech itself. That was a plus point in his speech itself. Other than that, he told his story. And in his story, he said that how he started his profession in education, how he started his profession, and he worked in the software company. But while working in the software company, he did not forget his dream. He still wanted to have that dream to sell something. And that's why he wanted to sell. He wanted to start the business of selling, and that too, a small business. That's a great idea, Toastmaster Aditya, and he has done well in selling the food here. The next thing is about the structure. He well crafted his speech, the way as per the requirement of our first icebreaker speech. The structure was like he started with his career, and then from the Nashik, and then he started his journey in Pune. And after that, he wanted to do his business. So it was a great structure, Aditya. The next thing was about his confidence level. And I can say the way he has presented his speech, it was really great. About recommendation, I will have a free recommendation because it was his first speech. So I will just say a small recommendation about the camera. I will say like he could have adjusted the camera so that everyone could have seen face to face. And that was something I think he can do it in the next speech. So overall, his speech was great. And I think everyone should applaud for his first speech. And I request all the Toastmasters here to encourage him for the next level. Over to General Evaluator Abhijit.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Surendra, for evaluating Toastmaster Aditya's speech. And today we had our second icebreaker speaker, Toastmaster Sneha, who also broke the ice in today's meeting. To evaluate Toastmaster Sneha's speech, we have got Toastmaster Rajesh. Toastmaster Rajesh, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator. And Toastmaster today, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. It's rare to see two icebreaker speeches in the same meetings. It was one lucky day to see the new ideas, creativity of a new Toastmaster for the first time at stage. And that brings me to the cue that our TMOD gave. And I would like to enact that 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. This is for you, Sneha. Your icebreaker speech today, in general, notches, quite a few notches above what I have seen in my Toastmasters journey as an icebreaker speech. Why do I say this? First, you have exquisitely prepared your speech content, organized it so well the experiences that you had in your university of life. You've put them in exact words, and how animated you were right from the time that you decided to have your speech title. It created an interest, and as well as it related to you perfectly. So when you started speaking, the title of the speech and the way you were speaking connected seamlessly. Sneha, few things that you have it in you, and it must remain with you in your mind when you go ahead in your next journey of Toastmasters. One, your gestures. You were so animated and you were so fluent. Although you had one mic in your hand, the others were gesticulating and were equally expressive as if you were using both the hands. Second, your expressions. When you were sad, when your parents didn't like the things that you made, you showed it on face. When you did Garba, there was happiness in your face. Now, these things are small, but they are beautiful. They are what turns you into a better and continuously a speaker that we would love to listen to. Few things, stand up and speak. Toastmaster is not just about sitting. And the third most important thing is that you were not reading. You were not looking at the script. You were looking in the camera. That really, really impressed me from a person who's giving an icebreaker speech. And that reminds me of a very, very famous quote from Oprah Winfrey. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. The ability to triumph begins with you. And Toastmaster Sneha, you have taken that first big step. All the best in your journey of Toastmasters, Sneha. Best wishes.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rajesh, for such a lovely and detailed evaluation. I think Toastmaster Sneha has got many takeaways from your evaluation. With this positive note, let's move on to our third speaker for today's evening. The third speaker was Toastmaster Pramod. To evaluate Toastmasters Pramod's speech, we have Toastmaster Pratik. Toastmaster Pratik, the stage is all yours.
Thank you. Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Abhijit. Wow, I'm sure there are many guests in the meeting and they would have heard DTM Pramod's speech for the first time. But let me tell you, he is a DTM and he always gives a speech which blows your mind. You would love to hear his speeches time and again. That is what happened today. He had a great opening. I was initially under a dilemma looking at the topic or the project of his speech, which is understanding your leadership style, because generally what you would listen in this project is all those autocratic, democratic and traditional leadership styles and talks, but he was above that. He quoted the people from our very own Toastmasters Club to brought our attention right there in the moment. We know DTM Ajay, we know Toastmaster Himanshu, and we know Toastmaster Mugdha, and many people that he quoted to begin his speech. I was hooked at there itself. He kept going, and in his body, he then started giving us the content-rich body, wherein he spoke about all those observation, humility, composure. He kept quoting people in his speech, and the good part about that is he was very confident in giving all the facts, but in terms of year 1942, Dr. Ambedkar, he mentioned B.R. Ambedkar. He did mention one Doha, Sanskrit Doha by Kalidas. He did mention A.K. Gopalan, and he was very specific that what he has learned from all of them. That was a very good part that I really like, because it gives a very straight message that he has understood the objective of the project. He knows what he is inspired from all of their leadership styles and what he wants to be like. Coming to his expressions, I don't have to say anything. He's always laughing. That's a very nice gesture that he keeps on his face every time. And he has a very composed body language as well on screen. I always I always love to hear his speeches, as I said. One thing that I missed until he finished was I was looking for his leadership style, because objective also discusses that you identify the style in yourself. He did mention that he wanted to be like this, but I think he did miss on the part what he currently has. That is one thing that I probably was looking forward to hear in his speech, because I'm sure he must be having some or other style as of today. Everyone wants to improvise, he will surely, but there would be some style that he would carry in himself as of today itself, which I think he missed to mention in the speech. Otherwise, all in all, very good speech, and I thoroughly enjoyed listening to his speech. All the best. Look forward to your more such speeches. Over to you, Toastmaster Abhijit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pratik, for such lovely and detailed evaluation of Toastmaster Pramod's speech. Thank you so much. And now with this note, I would like to request timer, if you kindly share the timing that each of the evaluators have taken during their evaluation, and are they qualified for the voting?
Yes, General Evaluator, just 1 minute. Yes, thank you so much, General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Here is the time report. For the speech evaluators, the 3 minutes is the maximum time allowed for each speaker. Toastmaster Surendra has used 2 minutes and 39 seconds. Toastmaster Rajesh Daga has used 3 minutes and 19 seconds. Toastmaster Pratik has used 2 minutes and 55 seconds. Well done, guys. Everyone eligible to voting. Yes.
Thank you, Toastmaster.
Yes, thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Noha. As all the evaluators are eligible for the voting, may I request the voting first, then we can go to the next segment of the evaluation. The poll is on. Please give your valuable vote. Cast your vote to select the best evaluator of today's evening.
Excuse me, while they are voting, I would like to say some suggestions. Can I?
Sure.
Yeah. Yes. It's really not that hard to finish your presentations on time. I came up with some steps. May it will help you on future meetings. Make sure you always aware of how long you have take to speak. Verify that event organizer before the event. Rehearse effectively by standing up and speaking out loud. Speak to a test audience. Rehearsing in this way allows to accurately time your presentation under close to read. And find out how long it takes to deliver your material. Start on time. Be ready to adapt. Thank you very much. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Timer Noha. You have put across so many efforts in your timer role, and it is quite visible to all of us. You introduce your role of a timer in a very explicit way. We have actually loved it. I have also a recommendation for you. During your entire presentation, we somehow missed the eye contact with the camera. So if next time you could memorize your speeches and come and deliver your speeches looking right into the people of the camera, you could make much more engagement. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Noha, for playing your role of a timer. Thank you so much. Now we are in the vote. We are launching the poll for the best double topics. You all are requested to cast your vote. Then we can move to our next report. Yes, it's already done. Now moving forward to our meeting, we had the R counter of today's meeting, Toastmaster Prem Kumar. Toastmaster Prem Kumar, I request you to come up on the virtual podium and give your R counter report.
Oh, thank you, General Evaluator. Can I have 2 minutes, please? By the time we will take from listener.
Okay, no worries. So by the time I can go and take the report from the grammarian of today's meeting, the grammarian of today's meeting was Toastmaster Gauri Mogan. Toastmaster Gauri, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Allow me to share my screen. So, presenting to you the Language Doctor's Report. The word of the day report. The word of the day was used by Toastmaster Pramod, guest Animesh Sarkar, guest Shweta, and DTM Rajesh Daga. The idiom of the day was used by Toastmaster Pramod. If I have missed any of you, I'm sorry. I would like to apologize for that. And moving on to the outstanding words, quotes, sayings, and thoughts, I have a list over here. Allow me to read out. Delighted, immense help, dream come true, humility, philosophical, self-awareness, mandatory, impossible, says I'm possible, broke the ice. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. The ability to triumph begins with you always. And here are a few recommendations. When the physical meeting happens, it can be said as when physical meeting starts. To have you all, guys. To have you all. To introduce speaker and call him. To introduce this speaker. Not explaining elaborately. Not elaborating. Trying very, really hard. It can be said as trying really hard or trying very hard or trying hard. Looking forward to more such speeches. Looking forward to more speeches. Hereby, your treatment is over. I'm adding on some beneficial tips to improve on your language health. Read, read, and read. Read out aloud. When you observe the right grammar, listen to your own voice, and reading is the best way to enhance your grammar. Review the basics. You may think your 5th standard grammar book is useless, but trust me, that is what will make your grammar exquisite. Practice your speech. Practice makes perfect. And lastly, practice proofreading. Your brain might be used to your own grammar, but when you practice with your friends and family, they will correct your mistakes. Don't forget to start writing your script in full form with correct grammar. Kindly take note that the consultation phase for this language doctor is free of charge. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gauri. I have never seen the grammarian report in such a nice way. You started your role describing a role as a doctor, grammar doctor, and you prescribed some of the remedies that we should follow to improve our grammarian skills. Thank you so much for the report. I have got a recommendation for you. During your entire role, I missed somehow the eye contact. So if you could look into the people of a camera, you could have much more better engagement throughout your presentation. But well done, very well done, Toastmaster Gauri. With this note, I am ready to ask our our counter, Toastmaster Prem Kumar, if you are ready with your report.
Yes, yes. Just let me share my screen. Yes. Thank you so much, General Evaluator, once again, and good evening all. This is my counter report for today's meeting. In prepared speech section, Toastmaster Aditya, who was the first speaker, used and before going to present my report, I would like to say that one thing, that I have divided the report by 4 types. If any speaker or evaluator use it 2 to 3 times, and I'll say a couple of times. If 3 to 4 times, then I'll say a few times. If more than 5 times, then I'll say many times. If less than 2 times, then I'll say flawless. With this, I would like to go forward. Toastmaster Aditya, he used and, like, but few times. So many times. Repeated words, okay, now, many times. And some short pauses, few times. Toastmaster Sneha, she used and, but few times. So, like, and right, many times. DTM Pramod, I used and few times. In evaluation section, Toastmaster Surendra, he used and few times. Repeated words, he wanted couple of times. Toastmaster Rajesh, he used short pauses few times. Toastmaster Pratik, and few times, short pauses couple of times, repeated words, I, he, many times. In table topic section, Toastmaster Praveen was flawless. Guest or Toastmaster, I don't know, but Animesh, a user many times and, like, so few times. Toastmaster Sweta, she used many times and, like, so few times. Toastmaster Swati, she used 2 short pauses. Thank you so much, and over to you, General.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Prem Kumar, for observing all the speakers today and came up with so much of comprehensive report. Thank you so much for this. Now, I have got also one recommendation for you. If you could suggest 1 or 2 points that how can we work on our speaking skills so that we can reduce the cut and filler words during our speeches, your speech could be much more efficient. Now we are almost crossing the time limit we had today, but I am left with my general evaluation report. So may I request, can we extend the meeting for 10 minutes?
A second.
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity once again. Now I'm coming with my general evaluator report. As a general evaluator, my role was to look into everything that is happening throughout the meeting and come up with a comprehensive report. So I'll be first starting with the sergeant at arms of today's meeting, Toastmaster Prem Kumar. You began the meeting with a story which put some positive notions to all of the guests and members out there. That was really incredible. You mentioned all the ground rules and everything, but I have got one recommendation for you. If you could stop reading these points, reading instead of reading out, if you could memorize and tell, it could be much more impactful. Now coming to the president of our club, Toastmaster Praveen. Toastmaster Praveen, you started the meeting in such an encouraging note. You came up with the achievements the club has met in recent past, and you told all this in a glorified way. You also took the brief introductions of all guests coming today. But I have missed one thing, that if you could also say something about Toastmasters, what is Toastmasters all about, and how it solves the purpose in terms of communication. Now coming to Toastmaster Soumitra, what else I can say to Toastmaster Soumitra? Your dedication, your passion towards public speaking to take this role was quite visible. You delivered your TMOD role standing up. You suited up with some attire. It give us the professional look. And you also did something. You told the guests to unmute and clap. You put all these positive energies to the guests and the speakers present there. Kudos to all your efforts. But there are also a few recommendations for you, that instead of looking into the camera, into the phone and reading out the introduction of the speakers, you could pick up some key points, 2 or 3 key points of the speakers, and you can speak in front of a camera and tell them in front and introduce them. Reading out by phones, it's slightly distracting. And you can keep one more thing, the neutral approach to all the speakers. It can create some biasness among the guests when they will be giving their valuable vote at the end of the meeting. So that was the 2 recommendations for you, but you did a wonderful and brilliant job. It's already shown. Now coming to the table topic master of today's meeting, Toastmaster Shama. Toastmaster Shama, you came up with brilliant topics, which was quite relevant to the theme of the meeting. The theme of the meeting, small and beautiful. All your topics were quite in sync with this topic. And I have got few recommendations for you. You told at the beginning of your role that you will get 30 seconds to think. But in Toastmasters contest, we generally provide 10 seconds to think. So if you could try this thing in the club level, people or the members will get benefited in terms of the contest. And one thing I want to mention once again, that you introduce the table topic properly, but you could mention the word of the day and encourage the members to use the word of the day during their speeches. It could create much more impact, or request the grammarian to paste the word of the day in the chat box. It could be better for you as a TTM. Now coming to the table topic speakers, we had 4 table topic speakers today. Table topic speaker first was Toastmaster Praveen. Great opening. You grabbed the attention of all the guests present here through your story. And it was quite marvelous as a starting. But yes, I missed somehow the ending part. It could have some impactful ending with some message, with some takeaway message. And next was Toastmaster Animesh, the small house where you want to live. Toastmaster Animesh, I would say you did a fantastic job. You expressed somewhere you want to leave. You expressed it quite nice way. You spoke very well on the topic, but during your speech, your face was not at all visible. So if you could look straight to the camera, your face would be visible. Your speech could be much more impactful. Toastmaster Sweta was the next speaker. Eating less impossible. You told how the eating, you first you ate more and now you reduced your diet. But you can stop avoid saying one thing, that how can I get started now? You can stop asking these questions, because already Table Topic Master asked you to speak, but it was a brilliant start. But I was looking for the ending. When you reduced your diet, what were the consequences of this? I was just looking for this answer, and at the end of your speech. Toastmaster Swati was the next table topic speaker today. You grabbed the attention. You looked your sideways, your voice modulation, the hand gestures, the body language, everything was spot on with your every little words you used during the meeting. But I missed the conclusion, the takeaway message. What was there for the audience? What was the message that the audience could take away from them? So all along, it was a great speech otherwise. Now, coming to the evaluator, as I need to evaluate all the evaluators as well. Okay. So first evaluator was Toastmaster Surinder. Toastmaster Surinder, you did a fabulous evaluation. Fabulous start. You did a fabulous start of your evaluation. You picked up some of the points and you started with it. But I have got few recommendations, like speech title. When you are giving the speech objective, you could stop saying the speech of title. You could avoid saying this and mention the timing of the speech. It would be better for the timer to keep track of the time. And at the last moment, when you told that there are 2 recommendations, but you gave only 1 recommendation. And I missed one part. This is the summation or the conclusion part of the speech, because in a speech, in the evaluation contest, there are 15 marks assigned for the summation or the conclusion part. Otherwise, it was a great evaluation, Toastmaster Shirendra. Toastmaster Rajesh was the second evaluator for today. Toastmaster Rajesh, you started the encouraging start that they told me the evaluation is nothing but the elevator, and you elevated the speaker to the next level with your force, with your voice, you powerful voice, you did this. You mentioned something that the speakers should carry forward. That the thing I like the most. You told something that the speaker should do in his next speeches. And you also did some mix it up of the recommendations and commendations. And if you could separate it, then it could be much more impactful. And third evaluator was Toastmaster Prateek. Then you also did a fabulous evaluation. You picked up some of the points from evaluator, from the speaker, and you did a tremendous job. But you could also do few of the recommendations for you, that you could also avoid telling the title of a speech, and you could also mention the time limit. And instead of saying what the speaker is, you could only focus on the speech. Otherwise, you did a fantastic job as an evaluator. Now, I think I am done with all the evaluations part. Now, all in all, the meeting was wonderfully organized, though we're a bit over time. We started late at 7:22. And I have got one suggestion for the Zoom master, that if you could focus on highlight or the spotlight the speaker sometime. Few times I missed the highlight or the spotlight part. Otherwise, we started from 30 people and now we are having 18 people. So if we could make the meeting much more engagement, then we can have much more retention rate. All in all, it was a great meeting. And as Toastmaster Soumitra said, the small and beautiful. It was a small thing, but many beautiful memories. The memories of Toastmaster Aditya, Toastmaster Sneha, Toastmaster Pramod came up with their life stories, the small stories, but much more impactful. As Toastmaster Soumitra said, we all are genius, so we should all celebrate the small little things we are celebrating and we are getting in our life. With this note, I would like to say thank you so much, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I will request all of you to unmute yourself and give a big round of applause for our general evaluator of the day and all the role players. Thank you so much. Now it's time to call up on the stage someone who always motivate us. I can say because of him only, I was in front of you delivering this speech and taking lots of challenges because of him only. Because every day he used to boost me, he used to energize me, he used to motivate me. He's the pillar of this club, and I don't think I need much introduction for him. He's the president, Toastmaster Praveen. Let's welcome Toastmaster Praveen.
Thank you so much. Let the applause continue. And because the TMOD has played the role to perfection, he has put so much of energy into the meeting. I was literally feeling I'm part of some other club. There are so many guests who have joined us from Sri Lanka, Jaipur, Kolkata. This makes this meeting much more entertaining. Now, I take a cue out of the general evaluator that for everything, the conclusion is very important. Now, even I would not like to take much time. I would just like to run through can we have the polls for the best role player first? May I ask the Zoom master to kindly launch the poll for the best role player?
There is a spelling mistake.
It's okay. I request all the members to kindly cast their vote quickly. If you're done, can I have a gesture? Okay. Can we move to the next poll, that is the best auxiliary role player?
Yeah, just a second. It's still going on. The poll is still going on. We're waiting for. Okay, I think it's almost done now. So next poll started for auxiliary role player.
Are we done?
Yeah, we're just waiting for some more. Done.
Okay, thank you so much, Zoommaster. So we have witnessed some of two great icebreaker speeches, one Vada Pav Wala, one dancer, and then we had lovely table topic questions, followed by a very good exhaustive evaluations. And then we had a brilliant report of general evaluation. After all this, the wait is just getting exciting to hear the results. I'm sure the prepared speeches and all the role players are waiting for this. Can we have certificates for the people who did it slightly better? I'm sure everyone did it very well, but some deserve this credit today. May I request the Zoom master to share the screen? And for this moment of glory, let's declare the winners. Zoom master?
Just give me a second, just 2 seconds, because we have some tie. Just a second.
So you need to have two certificates for them.
Yes.
We can't have a tiebreaker out here, judge. Now, this is what I call exquisite voting. Everyone has voted.
So we are ready now?
Yes.
I'm just sharing the screen. So I think let us start from.
Dil tham ke betiye.
Yes. So
best speaker goes to DTM Pramod. Wonderful. Congratulations. As always, delivering a prize. Very good speech.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Welcome. Next. The best evaluated, again, distinguished Toastmaster Rajesh Daga. You not only lifted this speaker, but you lifted everyone there. Next. Oh my God. The best table topic, Praveer Zadi. Thank you so much. Next. Not a surprise. The best role player is Toastmaster Soumitra. Wonderful, vibrant energy. And best auxiliary role player goes to Abhijit. Here is a tie. Okay.
I had to write
okay,
the role as a GE here. Sorry.
Okay. So there's a tie. We have another Toastmaster Abhijit Nath.
He is a GE, general
Yes.
evaluator. Yeah.
And the best auxiliary role player goes to Toastmaster Gauri for language evaluation. Doctor, we don't need any more help from you. We'll always remember it.
Thank you so much.
Yes, now I'm sure everybody is more excited to leave the meeting, but just I'll take a quick 1 minute. That remember that every Toastmaster begins with club meetings. They're so effective. I know it has overstretched the time, but we have overcome the glitches, and that's what Toastmasters for Pune Entrepreneurs is all about. You have to face the challenges, overcome it, conquer it, and see to it that everybody is a part of this learning experience. I hope all the participants who are here today, I expect them to come next time with the same energy, and we'll have a different theme, a different TMOD, but their learnings will not stop here. Thank you, and I call the meeting adjourned. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. And I just want to share one thing here, that I am really happy that I am sharing this award with Toastmaster Abhishek, because both of us has a common dream, and that will be come in future. You will be able to know what is that dream. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, Abhijit, your feedback.
Thank you, Toastmasters, for inviting me, for giving me the opportunity to serve as a general evaluator. It's been absolute honor for me.
Thank you.
Since last 1 year, part of Toastmasters is the networking. I again got today a lot of different and various people in our bucket list. So my network is increasing. My net worth is increasing. Thank you so much for giving me that.
Can I have the feedback from our guest, new member Krishna? How did you find the meeting?
Yeah, as expected, this was a wonderful meeting.